Hey y'all, hey, it's Mrs. Yao. Hope everyone's doing well this week. We are back with this week's edition of Storyworks 2. So, for this week, we are going to open up our magazine and we are going to flip to the third story. Okay, so this week we're going to be reading the third story, which begins on page 6 in your magazine. So, if you haven't already done so now, go ahead and turn to page 6. All right, and this one is going to be several pages long, so it's going to take a little while longer for our video, so make sure you're listening very carefully. This story is called Will a Dog Change My Life? All right, as you read, you're going to look over here where it says think and read. As you read, think about whether it is easy or hard for Oliver to get a service dog. Oliver uses a wheelchair. He knew that a service dog could help him, but would he ever get one? This is written by Aaron Kelly. Oliver wanted a service dog so badly, he knew having one could change his life. Oliver could do a lot of things, but if he dropped a pencil, it was hard for him to get out of his chair to pick it up. A service dog would be able to pick it up for him. If Oliver needed things from the other side of the house, it could take him a few trips to get them all. A service dog might be able to get them in one trip. I love dogs, and I thought it would be cool to have a dog that could help me, says Oliver. Okay, we're going to look on the right-hand side of page 7. Up at the top of the page, there is a picture, a photograph here, and beside it is a caption that reads, Service dogs help people with a disability. Oliver knew a service dog could help him. So this caption is telling about what you're seeing in the picture. Oliver's name was on a list to get a service dog. He had been waiting for 4 years. Then his family got a call. They were invited to a camp. At this camp, people meet service dogs. They see if one of the dogs is right for them. Oliver was excited. But would he find the right dog, or would he go home with no dog at all? So I want you to think about, before we turn the page, why did Oliver want a service dog? All right, go ahead and turn to the next page. My computer's going a little slow. There we go. All right, so at the top of page 8, we're going to start with meeting Zeddy. Oliver and his family went to the camp. They stayed for a week. First, they met some dogs. A dog trainer named Aubrey brought in a dog. Woof! This was Zeddy. Zeddy had a lot of energy. Did he have too much energy for Oliver? Aubrey wanted to find out. She told Oliver to give Zeddy a command. That means to tell the dog to do something. Zeddy, sit, Oliver said. Zeddy sat. He wagged his tail. Good dog, said Oliver. Maybe they would make a good team. Oliver hoped so. The next morning, it was time to see if Aubrey had picked Zeddy. It was time to see if Aubrey had picked Zeddy for Oliver. Zeddy ran into the room. He sat by Oliver. Yes, they would work together. But Zeddy could not go home with Oliver yet. They still had 4 more days of camp to go. All right, I want you to stop and think for a second. Would Oliver and Zeddy get to work together? All right, let's look at the next page, page 9. A good team? Aubrey would be watching Oliver and Zeddy. I needed to make sure that they were the perfect match, says Aubrey. Now Oliver had to learn how to care for Zeddy. He learned how to brush Zeddy's teeth. And Zeddy had to learn to focus on Oliver, or pay attention only to him. The family brought Zeddy to a store. Zeddy kept sniffing the floor, but he was supposed to focus on Oliver. Uh-oh. Would Oliver get to keep his puppy pal? So I want you to stop and think. What did Zeddy have to learn? Okay, we have lots of photographs on our page and lots of captions, so let's go through each of those. So in the top right-hand corner, we have a circle photograph, and you can see Oliver, and you can see Zeedy, and it looks like a toothbrush there, and the caption says, Oliver brushes Zeedy's teeth. Okay, then down at the bottom, we have a photograph, and it says, Oliver told Zeedy to sit. Did Zeedy sit? In the middle, many dogs were at the camp. Look at all the cool service dogs. And then the last picture says, could Zeedy focus on Oliver at the store? And here you can see Aubrey, the trainer, is there, and she is helping Zeedy, and they are at the store. And does it look like he's focused? All right, Nosy is telling us to turn the page to continue reading more. So go ahead and turn your page. The big test. Ooh, we don't like tests, do we? Sometimes they're fun, sometimes they're not. I wonder if Oliver is going to have a test or if Zeedy's going to have a test. Oliver and Zeedy worked together for 4 days. Then there was a big test. Aubrey would decide whether Zeedy could stay with Oliver forever. The test was back at the store. There, a trainer put dog food on the floor. Zeedy walked by. He didn't sniff. He passed the first part of the test. All right, Zeedy, good job. Then the trainer dropped a pencil. Oliver said, get. Zeedy picked it up. He passed that part of the test too. People walked by, but Zeedy focused only on Oliver. He passed the whole test. So think to yourself, what was one part of the test? All right, Oliver and Zeedy. Zeedy was now Oliver's service dog. Everyone had a celebration at the camp. But the best part was the next day. Zeedy went home with Oliver and his family. In the car, Zeedy fell asleep next to Oliver. Oliver smiled. Zeedy had already changed his life for the better. That's because Oliver had a new best friend. So, was it easy or hard for Oliver to get a service dog? Why? All right, this says go online to write about it, but if you want to write about it, you can do that at home. So down at the bottom, you can see a photograph, and the caption says, Zeedy plays with Oliver and his family. All right, and then on page 11, how Zeedy helps. Zeedy helps Oliver every day. Here are 4 ways. Number 1, Zeedy picks things up. Zeedy brings a shoe to Oliver. So here you can see Zeedy has the shoe in his mouth, and he's going over to Oliver to give it to him. Number 2, Zeedy pulls things. Zeedy pulls a basket with things that Oliver needs. So remember they said in the story that it may take a couple trips for Oliver to get what he needs, but Zeedy could probably do it with 1, and that's how he uses that basket. Number 2, Zeedy barks. Zeedy lets Oliver's parents know to come help. And number 4, Zeedy loves. Zeedy is Oliver's best friend. All right, so that's the end of that story. Next week, we're going to read about a real Pokemon. Ooh, that sounds like fun and interesting. I know some of you are going to be really interested in that one. All right, let's look at your worksheet. So you have a front and a back to your worksheet, so make sure you're starting on the same side that I'm on. We're going to look at the side that says word work, will a dog change my life? Remember, when you are doing this, pause the video if you need me to wait to say the next question while you find the answer. And then when you're ready to listen to the next question, you can press play again. Remember to look back in the passage, in the article that we just read. Number 1, what does it mean to give a dog a command? A, to brush a dog's teeth and care for it. B, to tell a dog to do something. Or C, to walk a dog outside. Number 2, what is the main thing a trainer does for a dog? A trainer teaches the dog skills. B, a trainer... Okay, number 2, what is the main thing a trainer does for a dog? A trainer teaches the dog skills. B, a trainer washes the dog. C, a trainer hugs the dog. Number 3, what is another word for training? A, watching, B, telling, or C, teaching? Number 4, ZD needs to focus. What does that mean? Hocus pocus, ZD needs to focus. Does that mean he needs to play? Does that mean B, he needs to pay attention? Or does that mean C, he needs to sniff? Number 5, Oliver just gave ZD a command. ZD set. What command was it? Write it in the speech bubble. So this is a speech bubble. It shows what someone says when you're drawing a picture, like in a comic book, or like if you draw your own picture and you want to show that the person or the character in the picture is saying something, you draw a speech bubble and you write the words of what they said in the speech bubble. So write the command that Oliver gave ZD in the speech bubble. Okay, now we're going to turn over to the next page and you're going to look at the side that says quiz. All right, remember, same thing on this side as I'm reading. If I'm going too fast, press pause while you find the answer and then press play when you're ready to listen to the next question. Make sure you look back in the article to find your answers. Number 1, what is this article mostly about? A, all different kinds of helper dogs. B, a summer camp. Or C, a boy who needs a service dog. Number 2, how long did Oliver have to wait to get a service dog? A, 4 years. B, 2 years. Or C, 4 months. And number 3, what did Oliver have to learn? A, how to buy things at the store. B, how to get around, or C, how to care for ZD. Okay, number 4, this is going to be a fill in the answer, so you need to TTQA. That means you need to turn the question around, take part of the question, and put it in your answer to make a complete sentence. What happened on the first trip to the store? What happened on the first trip to the store? So you're going to take part of that question and you're going to say, on the first trip to the store, yada, 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 and fill in the answer to tell what happened. Number 5, you're going to TTQA on this question as well. What is one way ZD helps Oliver? So you're going to take the last part of the question, ZD helps Oliver by, and then fill in the answer, yada, yada, yada. All right, my friends, I hope you have a great week. I will see you next time. So I will see you when I see ya.